have you always been someone who like fills their time? Because it feels like,
Oh yeah.
so that's just a natural
Yeah.
thing. And so now that you've found success here, you found success here. It's like, okay, now I have more time. So now I'm going to write a book.
Yep.
Now I'm going to fucking start a school.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to have a gym. Now I'm going to have this. Now I'm going to, how do you balance your time with that thing? Because I feel like a lot of people at home, they're trying to figure out their first thing, but if they figure out their first thing, now they're trying to figure out their second thing, and you're on dozens. How do you balance that to actually have the time to take on new projects?
Yeah. One is a very clear understanding and revelation and epiphany in my own life that idle hands are the devil's tools.
Mm-hmm.
If I make it and I'm successful, and I have extra opportunity and time, I will become a destructive thing. I will destroy my life and everyone around it. So it is best to have the Tasmanian devil that's on cocaine. That's the level of energy. Never done cocaine in my life, by the way, but like, that's the level of energy has to be directed at something productive. I create buckets of appropriate use of time, and if it doesn't fit into one of these buckets, and they complement each other, and they also, on the emotional side, support how I spend my time. So in bucket number one, which is the most important bucket, which is me spending time with my family and the people that I love, my tribe and my people. That's the most important bucket. Now, I can't do that without the next bucket, which is me being a healthy human and a contributor and a provider and a protector for them. So like, I have to be smart. I have to be well-read. I have to be well-traveled. I have to be a physicality that my son is like proud of, and my mom and my daughter is like a protected, and my wife is like, look at that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on in, daddy. You know, like, and if I'm not those things, and I'm not wanted by my wife, if I'm not desired to be present by my kids, if I can't go out and play lacrosse or hockey with them, you know, like, then I'm failing bucket number one. So bucket number two, even though it's self-serving for me to go to the gym, for me to take time and go read a book, for me to go take an AI class that I'm currently taking, the next book that I'm writing, 90% complete, The Purpose of Pain, talked a little bit about it today, just the ideas around it. That's the next book. I'm writing that not just because I believe it, because I also need it. Well, that's bucket number two. Bucket number three is my ability to make money. Like, I have to, I can be with my family starving to death without a roof over our head, without them not being able to go to sports, be part of the things that they're interested in, buy the next ballet slipper that my daughter, the tap shoes, you know, the lacrosse stick, you know, like to pay for the coach to take my wife out to dinner where I could to dance with her at Steiner Steakhouse last night. You know, Shane's up there singing and Bella's up there singing. Like, I'm in heaven, but I got to pay for that seafood tower that my son wanted.
For sure.
You know, like, no, it doesn't have to be to that level, but there's levels for everybody.
Yeah.
But I want them to live without concern and free and safe, where the adversity is almost manufactured. So like in these buckets, they're complementing each other, and I can, without guilt, focus on things about me to be a better entrepreneur, so I can provide for my family, so I can be a stronger, better version for myself, so I can play with my kids longer in more ways, you know. So like, that's how I break my time up.
They're all non-negotiables.
They
you
are.
know what I mean? Like, since I like train a lot of people, there's like always like excuses, right? People come up with excuses for those buckets, right? And those buckets for everybody should be like non-negotiables. Like, these are the things you have to do. Like, figure out what they are to you, because everybody's going to be different, right? And you have to figure out how to make them work and fit into your day every day.
So we in Apogee, we have these kind of pillars that we want in people's lives, and it's faith, it's family, it's fitness, and it's finances. Those 4 F's. We have another one that's fun. And there are a lot of different F's that are that are involved in the fun one. You know, and like, I can do those things with joy.
Yeah.
And they're non-negotiables. Like, I have to be, with sovereignty, completely not captured, not absorbed, but committed to those buckets. And then once you are, and you realize that everything that you wanted was on the far side of hard work, and the freedom that you have from the freedom from fear. Like I'm strong. I have a gun sitting next to me right now. Like,
watch out! Don't
not
don't
one,
say anything to offend him. No, I'm
not
kidding.
one time have I been like, man, I hope somebody doesn't come through that door. And like, I don't care. Like my family's not with me right now. I know where they're at.
Yeah.
The Belgian Malinois inside of like a fortress of a home.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, you're like, man, that seems a little extreme. Like, except that I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Except that like the whole world could burn down and like everybody's losing their minds. And my biggest worry is like how long it's going to take me to drive back to get to them, because I know they're fine. Because I did a little bit of work on the left side of it, like on the financial freedom side, like being free and not having to like, it is so the stress around that next meal and making rent and paying for the cell phone and prioritizing what am I actually spending money on to make sure I'm spending money on the right things.
That's what they always say is like, well, there's that saying of like money doesn't buy happiness, but if you have money, you can kind of like do the things that bring happiness for you. You know what I mean?
Money is a lever to happiness. Like some of the most miserable people are rich. Doing the right thing with money, watching organizations like Samaritan's Purse and Save Our Allies, my friend Sarah Verardo, Nick Palmisciano, and these people have levers, and they do so much good and have so much fulfillment because they're using it in the right way.
Yeah, and that
Exactly.
It kind of goes back to what I was saying about like find the thing that you want to do for free and figure out how to monetize it.
Yeah.
Because if you do it that way, you may not have financial freedom in the beginning, but you're still manufacturing your own fun because it's what you would enjoy doing. You figure out how to monetize it until you get the financial freedom, and then you can just do more.
Yeah. And you get to do it for forever.
Yeah.